it's like actually way more fun. It's like you can create so many things. Like I had this internship at NASA where we got to go to the our nearest center.
On today's segment of Hype's She Is Me college interview series, Giselle and Sydney talk about misconceptions about computer science being boring, as well as advice for how to get involved in it. I'm glad you mentioned that computer science is fun because I think a lot of people, maybe young girls, have an image of computer science in their heads where it's like typing into a computer all day. So, what for both of you is the most fun or creative aspect of computer science that maybe people wouldn't expect when you tell them, like, oh, I'm a CS major?
I guess I'll go. I think people think CS is only programming, like only looking and doing this for hours, but it's like actually way more fun. It's like you can create so many things. Like I had this internship at NASA where we got to go to the our nearest center. So I was at Ames, and like we got to do this like rover competition. It was super fun, and it was just like I think I had most fun exploring and touring the facility and making friends. And we would just sit there trying to make this thing run for like hours. And it's like you don't even think about the work. It's like I wasn't even thinking about how hard the programming was or how hard we like or like the things we needed to do and like our failures. But it's like you get to be around really amazing and smart people. It's like you get to do all these fun things and you learn so much and you get to see so much. It was like really, really fun for me.
Hmm.
Oh, that's also really interesting, by the way, like having an internship with NASA. That's really, really awesome. That's really cool. What I would say about like why it's really fun is that I don't know, like technology is just really interesting. Like, and I think that, computer scientists do really like create things that like don't already exist with code. So I just think that aspect is really cool. There's so many things you can create: apps, websites, programs to do different things. Like people get into robotics. There's just so many like areas in computer science that anyone can really find something that like sparks an interest. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, yeah. How would you encourage girls who are maybe in middle school or high school right now to explore their interests? Because I know both of you mentioned kind of different things: an AP computer science class, a physics class, internships. What were ways that you explored those interests, and how would you encourage other girls to do the same?
Yeah. So in high school, I didn't really have any guidance. I was like, what should I do? And the first person that kind of stepped up was my physics teacher. So, my first advice is don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire. Like, they're not scary, even as smart as they seem. It's like ask them questions, hang out, and build love relationship, and they'll really go far. And as for like the internships I did, there was like a lot of ones I've done, and I didn't think I could get in either. So it's like research these, read about them, and just like apply. Don't be afraid of applying. That's like my number one thing. It's like even if other people tell you, if the internet says, "Oh, it's really hard to get into these things," you should apply. And looking at information online, like a lot of my programming skills are mostly online. Like I did a lot of projects on my own, and it's mostly just like look at the things you like to do, and if there's a resource online, do it and reach out to people. That's one of the most important things. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say just get involved in like any clubs, possibly at your school, like while in middle and high school, or I guess there are plenty of organizations I would say for computer science, like Girls Who Code is a big one. I'm actually part of that, like in college right now. That's a really great organization. There's also different ones like Black Girls Code. I think that was one of my very first introductions to computer science. My mom, from a young age, she did like encourage me to get into technology. So that was like, uh, I attended like a workshop about, making websites with Black Girls Code. So that was a really good experience. So just things like that, like Giselle was saying, like there's plenty of resources on the internet. You can look up anything you want to do. Like if you say like, oh, I want to make an app, you can just Google it and find like probably some information for all age ranges. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's definitely true. There's so